Let me tell you a story. It happened to Ruth and me and our 3 boys when we were on a cycling holiday. It was the first one we ever went on, and we found ourselves in Kent. And we were a long way from home, and we were cycling through, and we'd stopped at Tenterden, and we camped overnight in Tenterden. And there were 3 churches in Tenterden. And we ended up, by a process of elimination, we went to one, and we were strangers in the area. We had nothing to offer, so doubtless they were very polite to their constituents, but they basically just glared at us until we went away. That's not Christian leadership. Christian leadership is hospitable. Now, you may say, we were not part of the people that they were leading. That's entirely the point. We had nothing to offer. We went to another church. We bypassed the second one. It just looked so forbidding. And we went back to a church that we'd initially looked at, and it was empty, but it was so pristine and so nicely kept that we thought, whoa, not our kind of place at all. Don't know what that says about us. Anyway, we get back to this place, and the service is going to start in about 10 minutes' time. And we pull the bikes up outside, and there's this booming voice from the top of the steps. Come on in, boys, bring your mum and dad. Never forget it. That was exactly how he spoke. Now, he didn't know who we were, except I think he knew that we were not from the area. So in other words, he wasn't looking at this family. Pretty soon they found out, yeah? He wasn't looking at us as, potential church members, potential people to come along and swell the congregation. We need these kids for our Sunday school. He wasn't. The guy's name was Ken, his wife was Peggy. They found out that we were just passing through. We were not going to be in that church ever again. We haven't been back to that church ever again. But we've never forgotten the experience. Now, they found out all of this. They fell into conversation with us. They asked us to lunch. They asked us to spend the afternoon with. We went. They served up roast dinner for us as a family. This is a family of 5. This retired couple invited us to their mobile home. And they served up this dinner. The boys still talk about it. That man was a leader. That is genuine Christian leadership. It's very easy to identify your constituents, isn't it? It's very easy to give time and attention and open your life to people that ultimately you can get something from. It's very easy to try and welcome the right sort of kid into your youth club or the right sort of person into your church. People that can offer you something. But that's not Christian leadership. It's not the kind of leadership that God's people need. They need people who make the strangers part of the family. That's the test. See, God sends people to our door who present nothing but their needs. How do we act towards them? That's the test of whether we are real leaders. Ken and Peggy hadn't been given us as a job to do. There was no status accruing to them from how they looked after us. Nobody in the rest of the church, I'm sure, would have known that they had invited us round to dinner. But they did it. Why? Because they wanted to. They wanted to make us welcome. If I am the kind of leader that God wants for his people, then I'm going to constantly be wanting to make the stranger not a stranger anymore, wanting to make them a member of the family. And it won't matter to me whether or not they're going to be here for a week, a month, a year.